Hi, 1 Hour Smart Home here, and today we're going to show you how to fix a Grohe shower valve or Grohe shower valve. Looked on YouTube, I couldn't find a lot of stuff specific to this particular manufacturer, so I'm going to show you how it's done. So what we've got here is a leaky shower, and we're just going to try and fix this leaky Grohe shower head. So it's dripping from up here, but we've got all these different knobs. So over here we've got the handheld sprayer, we've got some side sprayers here, and the shower head up top. Now each one of these has their own what's called cartridge inside of it, and any of them can go bad. But if you have something that's leaking, you need to address it in that particular valve with the cartridge inside. So first thing you got to do is turn off the water to your house or to this piping here in your bathroom. Next thing, all you got to do is pull this out here. Sorry about that. Pull this out here like so, and then you're going to have access to start working on the actual valve cover here itself. So each one of these valves, all it does is turn on or off the water. There's no temperature control. The temperature control and mixing is down below. So once you've got that off, what I've found is the easiest way to remove this is take a paper towel and channel locks. And these things can be on here real tight. You want to make sure that you remove the caulk around the back side of this first. So I've already done that. And I found a paper towel works better than a rag because it's got like the right amount of friction on it. It'll still hold a little bit versus the rags seem to split. And the other thing you want to do is make sure you get your channel locks so they're the right size. And this is enough to, if you just fold it over, it's enough to protect that metal from scratching when you try and remove it. Also, I'm using really large channel locks. I don't know if you can see here to give me the most leverage. This thing was on here pretty tight. Just make sure you're giving a good torquing force like this, and you're not, coming at it at too far of an angle or anything like that because you don't want to break it. So loosen it up with the channel locks. Once you've got it loose, you can then just by hand remove this, and that's going to expose the cartridge. We've already got the new one here. We'll put a link to the cartridge below. They have these on Amazon. I got this at a local plumbing supply store, but you'll be surprised. The Grohe are pretty hard to find, so it might be easier just to get on Amazon. But with plumbing, you always want to try and get it done as soon as possible because you want to be able to have water and use your shower. So the next thing that you're going to need is a 17mm socket, which is what I've got here. And you're going to take this on here. Once again, I recommend getting a big socket for this because these things can really get torqued down in there with the water pressure, whoever installed it, and then as well as you've got hard water, mineral buildup there in the threads can be hard to remove. So for this, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, so we're going to go counterclockwise, and it's going to open that up and let us unscrew this. So 17mm socket, long socket wrench. Another thing is, with mine, it was really stuck in there. I took some WD-40 and I sprayed back in there, and that definitely helped this out. Now these are also ceramic, so they're not plastic. There's maybe a teeny tiny little plastic piece in there, but if you had to, sometimes just heating this up with a blow dryer or something like that can make those threads a little bit looser. So that's another trick you can try. Heat it up with a blow dryer a little bit, get it to like 120, 130 degrees maybe, and that might come out a little bit better. So the WD-40 worked for me. I just sprayed it in there, waited like 10, 15 minutes, and then I was able to loosen it up. So once you've got that, get your 17mm socket wrench on here and just remove. Okay. So we are removing the Grohe shower valve here, replacing this broken shower valve, and there can be all kinds of stuff back in there. So it's a good idea to take a paper towel, take your finger, make sure all the threads are clear. If you can get a paper towel and make sure you're not going to let anything get in those threads, go right ahead and do it. Maybe some steel wool would be good, but just make sure there's nothing in there. So just use my finger, it's fine. And then all we're going to do is put in the new valve right here. I usually anything that's got thread on it, I put a little bit of teeny tiny little bit of grease on the threads just to make them go in and seat a little bit easier. That's really up to you, but I don't think grease has really ever hurt anything if you do just a tiny little bit. So, all right, we're gonna put this one in here. Take your time threading it in. Make sure you get it nice and well threaded in there, and that you're not going in sideways or anything like that. So, torquing it down, and you'll feel these bottom out when you get to the bottom of the threads. You don't want to over tighten something like this and have any issues. So what I like to do is get it hand tight, then go maybe like a 1/16, and just tighten it a little bit more. So now we've got this on, we're gonna just turn the water on and test it, make sure that everything is working, and then all you gotta do is put your parts and pieces right back on. So put this back on like so, and put your knob back in, turn the water on. But I do recommend for turning the water back on when you're turning it on at the main, that you just leave this off. Make sure that you can see if there's any leaks, you can hear anything. Make sure that you fix the problem. Just give it one more tight, make sure it's tight here. Okay, we're nice and tight there. And go ahead and see what's going on. Now, you also want to make sure that you turn this to closed. Otherwise, when you turn it back on, you're going to spray whatever's in the shower or get everything wet. So I turn it to closed to start and then see what happens from there. So if you like this video and want to support us, go ahead and click on any of the links below. I've got the on-off shower valve, the Grohe shower valve or Grohe shower valve here for this listed below that I used it. These will probably work for a lot of stuff that was, let's say, built 90 to 2000s, maybe even some newer stuff that Grohe's put out. But these cartridges they're really pretty high quality. You know, they'll last a pretty long time. This one was probably 20 years old that replaced here. So hope you enjoyed this video, and please give us a subscribe link. Hope this helped you out. And you can check us out at onehoursmarthome.com. We usually do all kinds of smart home videos, but you know, this was something I didn't see a lot of information on YouTube, so I decided to do a video to help people out. Thank you.